Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, new developments in the Minneapolis shooting. A man charging at Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. More snow on the way for the Northeast, plus the snow day surprise. New details in the killing of Alex Pretti. The Department of Homeland Security sending Congress a report on their preliminary review of the body camera footage worn by the federal agents involved in the shooting of the 37-year-old VA nurse. What it does and does not reveal happened during the fatal encounter, as President Trump tries to shift his tone, saying his team will, quote, de-escalate a little bit.
Overnight, a man attacks Minnesota Democrat Congresswoman Ilhan Omar at a town hall in Minneapolis.
Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
The frequent target of President Trump sprayed with an unknown liquid.
Deepening polar plunge. Ginger's tracking the danger, with the death toll rising to at least 50 after that major snow and ice storm. Hundreds of thousands still without power as the Northeast faces the threat of another storm.
Danger in the sky. The new warning as we learn new details about the deadly mid-air collision above Reagan National Airport.
This was preventable. This was 100% preventable.
This morning, the cockpit simulations showing what the pilots likely saw, plus what the NTSB says is to blame, and now another major American airport at risk.
People are raising red flags, and why aren't people listening?
New details in the murder of an Ohio woman and her dentist husband, what police say they saw on surveillance video.
Urgent warning about so-called ghost students costing Americans millions, with people surprised with notices for college loans they never took out. ABC News investigates.
Grand slam and smash. Wow. Tennis star Coco Gauff smashing her racket when she thought no one was watching. What she's saying about the viral moment as Serena Williams weighs in.
And special delivery. Meet the adorable new storm-born babies. Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Wednesday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. I love hearing your voice.
Thank you very much.
Let me slide into Wednesday. Perfect way. So we have more on that special delivery of new baby penguins. That's just ahead on this very busy Wednesday morning.
It's a very cold Wednesday morning as well. Feels like 6 degrees here in New York City right now. That's the Hudson River. Pretty icy. Ginger standing by to track this dangerous cold plunge.
But we're going to begin with the latest on the investigation into the killing of Alex Pretti by federal agents in Minneapolis. The Department of Homeland Security has sent Congress a preliminary report on the shooting of the 37-year-old ICU nurse as President Trump changes the administration's tone. Matt Rivers on the scene for us there in Minneapolis. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Robin. As the president continues to call for de-escalation here in Minneapolis, the administration now all but admitting that the killing of 37-year-old Alex Pretti was not justified. This morning, new details in the killing of 37-year-old ICU nurse Alex Pretti by federal agents in Minneapolis. ABC News obtaining a report sent from the Department of Homeland Security to Congress notifying lawmakers that a preliminary review of the body camera footage worn by federal agents involved has been conducted. It's the first time the agency has acknowledged critical facts, notably that 2 firearms were discharged during the incident. The report stating in part that during the physical struggle, a Border Patrol agent yelled, "He's got a gun," multiple times. You can faintly hear it said in this graphic video. The report going on to say, approximately 5 seconds later, a Border Patrol agent discharged his Glock 19, and a Customs and Border Protection officer also discharged his Glock 47 at Pretti.
Oh my God!
The 2 federal officers seen here pointing their guns at Pretti. Pretti's firearm, which he had a legal permit to carry, was removed from its holster by an officer before some 10 shots were fired, killing him. At no point in the DHS report does it say Pretti attempted to reach for his weapon, as officials had initially claimed in the hours after the shooting.
Did I think I was going to be filming a murder? No. An assassination? No.
Overnight, CNN speaking with Stella Carlson, a critical witness who captured Pretty's last moments alive.
I mean, I watched him die. I remember him arching his back and his head rolling back, and it was so fast moving, but not for me. Like, when they left, when they fled, which now I see, that after the shooting, they decided to just scatter and save themselves.
This, as President Trump now says he wants an honest investigation, while saying Pretty, who had a legal right to carry, quote, shouldn't have been carrying a gun. And on his first day in charge of the federal operation here, border czar Tom Homan meeting with Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. Homan sharing in a post on X, while we don't agree on everything, these meetings were a productive starting point. But tensions remain high. This video showing what appears to be federal agents attempting to enter the Ecuadorian consulate in Minneapolis, which is illegal under international law without permission. And steps away from a growing memorial, mourners gathered all day and night to pay respects to Alex Pretti. I asked if they feel a shift could happen. Do you think it might be an inflection point?
God, I hope so. I feel like a lot of people have this strong fear that we're a test city, and I hope they realize it's a failure.
Now, in a statement, DHS saying that this report was provided to Congress, quote, to promote transparency, and that it does not, quote, convey any definitive conclusion or investigative findings. Meanwhile, our viewers will remember this little boy from last week who was taken into ICE custody after agents arrested his father in their driveway. The two were eventually sent to a Texas family detention center, and now a judge barring their deportation until the legal process plays out. Michael?
All right, Matt, thank you so much for all of that. I'm sure everyone will remember every bit of it. Appreciate you. Now we're going to go to Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. A man charging at the Minnesota Democrat spraying her with an unknown liquid at a town hall in Minneapolis last night. The suspect was immediately taken into custody, and our Jay O'Brien has the story. Good morning, Jay.
Michael, good morning. An alarming scene. A man rushing Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar at a town hall in Minneapolis just as she was condemning ICE and the Homeland Security Secretary. Overnight, a chaotic scene at a Minnesota town hall. A man charging Congresswoman Ilhan Omar moments after she took the podium and called for ICE to be abolished and Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem to be removed from office.
Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
The man charging the Democratic Congresswoman using a syringe, police say, to spray her with what witnesses describe as an unknown, strong-smelling liquid.
Oh my God, he sprayed something on her.
The alleged assailant, identified as 55-year-old Anthony Kazmierzak, grabbed by security, later arrested and charged with assault.
We will continue this. We're not going to get away with it. And we will stay resilient in the face of whatever they might throw.
While the exact motive of the attacker remains unclear, Omar has been a frequent target for conservative anger. President Trump has called her garbage and mocked her Somali heritage. And just hours before the incident, the president saying this.
And we're letting some great people come in. They have to show that they can love our country. They have to be proud. Not like Ilhan Omar.
Asked by our Rachel Scott if he saw the attack, Trump said he had not seen the video, going on to accuse Omar without evidence of orchestrating the incident, saying, quote, she probably had herself sprayed, knowing her. Omar, the only Somali American in Congress, fled the country's civil war as a child.
I'm definitely going to survive intimidation and whatever these people think they can throw at me, because I'm built that way.
And all of this comes as new data from the Capitol Police shows that the threats they track against members of Congress jumped by more than 50% just last year, George.
Okay, Jay, thanks very much. And facing declining poll numbers and rare criticism from Republicans, President Trump is promising to de-escalate the situation in Minneapolis while continuing to pin blame on Alex Pretti. Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott is at the White House. Good morning, Rachel.
George, good morning to you. When I spoke to the president late last night, he was adamant that his immigration enforcement operation in Minnesota is working. He made it clear that federal agents would be staying on the ground, but signaled they could take a more relaxed approach.
Overnight, President Trump telling ABC News in a late-night phone call
He believes his administration can still finish its immigration enforcement operations in Minnesota in a, quote, de-escalated form. The president telling me in an exclusive interview, we'd like to finish the job and finish it well, and I think we can do it in a de-escalated form. A lot of the hardest work is already done. The president praising his administration's efforts on the ground. Amid a shakeup in leadership in Minnesota, I asked the president what the American people can expect to be different with Border Czar Tom Homan now in charge instead of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. The president suggested there would be a more relaxed approach. We've taken out the largest part of the bad, really bad people, the president said, adding, so we can start doing maybe a little bit more relaxed. It's a notable change in tone by the president, who just months ago said this.
I think they haven't gone far enough.
The president would not say when federal agents would leave Minnesota, saying he's asking the governor to hand over criminals. The president telling me when they're out, and there will be a time coming in the not too distant future, then we go on to something else, leaving the door open to other states. The administration under fierce scrutiny after Border Patrol agents shot and killed Alex Pretti, an ICU nurse. Top officials quick to blame the 37-year-old, Stephen Miller labeling Pretti an assassin. And Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem saying Pretti committed an act of domestic terrorism. Earlier in the day in Iowa, the president did not disavow those comments, telling me Pretti, who was a legal gun owner, should not have been armed, calling the incident very unfortunate.
Do you agree with the assessment from some of your own officials that Alex Pretti is a domestic terrorist or an assassin?
Well, I haven't heard that, but certainly he shouldn't have been carrying a gun.
Video evidence so far shows he never drew or even reached for his weapon. Several gun rights groups dismissing the president's notion. The National Rifle Association saying all law-abiding citizens have a right to keep and bear arms anywhere they have a legal right to be. And this morning, Senators Tom Tillis and Lisa Murkowski becoming the first Republicans to call on Noem to step down.
I've lost confidence in her.
She's got to make her own decision, or the president does, but she has taken this administration into the ground on an issue that we should own.
The president defending Noem, telling me she's done a fantastic job, and attacking those Republican senators, calling them, quote, losers, stating they're terrible senators. One is gone, and the other should be gone. Tillis, of course, is not running for re-election. Stephen Miller, the president's top advisor, did travel with him to Iowa. In a statement to ABC News, he said initial statements from DHS were based on reports from Border Patrol agents on the ground and suggested the administration is now reviewing whether there was a breach of protocol in this incident, Robin.
Insightful reporting from you as always. Thank you, Rachel. Now, the dangerously cold temperatures, wind chills below zero across the Midwest and Northeast, and it will feel like 20s as far south as Florida. Ginger, you got the latest for us?
Yes, Miami could see their coldest temperatures in 15 years by the end of the weekend, so it will certainly be polar, very far down. But we've got big problems because there are still more than 300,000 customers without power after last weekend's storm.
This morning, as a potential nor'easter threatens the East Coast this weekend, many are still cleaning up from last weekend's deadly storm. In Grand Rapids, Michigan, a whiteout on State Route 6, triggering a 30-vehicle pileup. In Mississippi, the weight of the ice from this past weekend storm bringing down these gas station canopies, crushing cars, injuring multiple people. Nashville blanketed in at least a half-inch of ice, many trees taking power lines with them, leaving hundreds of thousands in the dark and without heat in the dangerous cold for days. Our Victor Oquendo is there.
There are downed trees, limbs, and power lines in every direction. That line crew is hard at work, but it could be days until power is restored.
Here in New York City, ferry service suspended. The Hudson River covered with enormous chunks of ice.
By Friday night, should bring a little snow to eastern Kentucky or Tennessee, but then it's all about this position of this low pressure system and how much it can grab moisture. For North Carolina and Virginia, this could be big impacts Saturday night into Sunday. And then it's all about the computer models coming together. Right now, they're still divergent, but the closer this gets to the coast, the more snow we would end up with, like Long Island, the Cape, down through Delaware and New Jersey. We'll keep an eye on it, Michael.
All right, we know you will, Ginger. Thank you. Now to the urgent warning about carbon monoxide poisoning. Health providers reporting a spike in cases as millions of Americans try to keep warm. Well, Sam, good morning, first of all. You have what we need to know.
Yeah, because if you have that combination of power outages and brutal cold for days and days, that's a bad combo. More than 800,000, think maybe 1 million power outages are reported from our last winter storm. That's thousands of families without heat trying to stay warm. A children's hospital at Vanderbilt in Nashville, Tennessee says at least 46 children were treated for carbon monoxide. Now, poison centers around the country are reporting nearly 200 winter-related carbon monoxide exposures in the last week. week, either from gasoline-powered portable generators, gas stoves, or other fuel-burning heaters that are not great to use, but when you don't have options, sometimes you try to use them. Carbon monoxide is an odorless gas that can kill in minutes. Tips for using generators safely: never put them inside the house. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says always put them outside, at least 20 feet from your home. Keep the exhaust out of your house. Even point the exhaust away from the house. Do not put them on a porch, on a carport, or inside your garage. That is bad. Also, make sure you have working carbon monoxide detectors. They are relatively inexpensive, easy to install. They can run on batteries and they can save a life. If you have headaches, weakness, dizziness, nausea, or vomiting, that's just a few signs that you're in trouble. You can contact Poison Help 24/7 by calling the number on your screen or going to their website. It's right there.
Yeah. Important information there. Thank you, Sam. Days after the storm, major travel disruptions linger. After a record number of cancellations, American Airlines still hasn't recovered. Transportation correspondent Gio Benitez is tracking this. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, George, good morning. Yeah, American now has the highest number of weather cancellations in the company's 100-year history, and they're desperate right now for pilots and flight attendants to pick up extra shifts. So take a look, because the airline is now offering its flight attendants double pay if they're willing to work extra flights on Wednesday. Today, pilots are being offered additional 5 hours of pay. The flight attendants union says that some crew members have been left stranded and sleeping in airports because they can't actually reach the crew scheduling department. The cancellations for American show the struggle to recover. Yesterday, 45% of its flights were canceled, more than 1,700 flights. Already today, American has canceled 15% of its flights. That's more than any other major airline. American Airlines told us overnight that they're working around the clock to restore this operation. They've extended travel waivers till tomorrow, Robin.
A lot of frustration out there, Gio. Thank you. Now, tennis star Coco Gauff speaking about what she thought was a private moment of frustration after losing at the Australian Open, smashing her racket, not knowing cameras were around. Lara, people are talking about this.
People are talking. Robin, good morning to you. As you know, Coco Gauff, at just 21 years old, is already a two-time Grand Slam champion, but she has had some challenges since winning the French Open last year. And now she says her frustration with herself and how she is playing got the best of her after this most recent loss.
It was supposed to be a private moment. American tennis star Coco Gauff smashing her racket in frustration. Commentators and the whole world, though, watching it happen live.
Wow.
The racket smash happening after a huge upset for the 21-year-old in the quarterfinals of the Australian Open, losing to Ukrainian Elina Svitolina.
Svitolina stuns and moves on to the semifinals.
Coco seen here leaving the court seemingly composed as cameras followed her into the wings and eventually behind a wall.
I tried to go somewhere where they wouldn't broadcast it, but obviously they did. So yeah, maybe some conversations we can be had, because I feel like at this tournament, the only private place we have is the locker room.
It's something Gauff isn't apologizing for, saying it was better to smash a racket than take her frustrations out on her team.
I don't think it's a bad thing. So I don't try to do it on court in front of kids and things like that. But I do know I need to let out that emotion. Otherwise, I'm just going to be snappy with the people around me, and I don't want to do that.
Well, Serena Williams is showing her support for Coco. She wrote on social media, quote, "Passion, caring matters. Nothing wrong with hating to lose." Now, Coco, when you want, I can show you how to demolish in one swipe, Serena style. So
a lot of people are out and supporting her and saying, look, she did not know she was on camera. Yeah. She purposely tried to get away from the cameras.
Had a moment in private, so she thought.
Absolutely.
Well, we're all big Coco fans regardless.
All right. All coming up, we've got something known as ghost students. Steve Osunsanbi will explain it.
We'll be right back.
We had to wait for the lift. Had to wait for the lift.
You and I do it in the commercial break.
We do it all the time, Michael. I lift you like that. No, you lift me. I got it. It has been nearly 40 years since Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze gave us that incredible lift in Dirty Dancing. Now, fans are having the time of their lives. News about the highly anticipated sequel coming up in Pop News.
We are looking forward to that busy news day. Will's got the headlines.
It sure is, George. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. We are going to begin at 7:30 with remarkable video here showing a NASA aircraft landing without its landing gear deployed at a Houston airport. The WB-57 sliding down the runway, smoke and fire coming from the undercarriage there. Officials Blaming a mechanical issue, the crew escaping unharmed. An investigation is underway. The record-breaking measles outbreak in South Carolina is growing. 89 new cases reported since the last update on Friday. That brings the total to 789 cases in that state. More than 550 people are quarantined. State officials say it's South Carolina's largest measles outbreak in over 30 years. And watch this harrowing video here. It's a lone skier on a backcountry run in Canada. Suddenly, the snow gives way, and the skier is right in the middle of an avalanche. They were buried ultimately up to their waist, but they lost both skis and still survived. And a shocking development in sports here from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. ESPN reporting that former Patriots head coach Bill Belichick did not receive enough votes to get into the Hall of Fame on his first ballot. Belichick is reportedly befuddled, like the rest of the football world, reportedly asking associates, quote, 6 Super Bowls isn't enough? This is unbelievable.
Well, not just 6 as the head coach, but he won 2 with the Giants as a defensive coordinator. I mean, the guy had 8 Super Bowls. Yeah. I think it's, to be honest with you, as someone, the member, it's embarrassing. I think it shows just how flawed the whole voting process is, and maybe the people who are voting need to be changed, because this is it's ridiculous. I think it just ruins all the credibility of the Hall of Fame.
Well said.
Yeah, so apparently we're befuddled too.
Yeah, befuddled.
We are befuddled.
I think he's a little more than befuddled.
Yeah, I would say indignant.
It's more like it.
I would say something else, but it'd get me kicked off the air, so I was quiet.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Will. We're going to switch gears now to new details on the investigation into last year's mid-air collision between a military helicopter and a commercial jet. Left 67 people dead at Reagan National Airport in Washington. Transportation correspondent Gio Benitez is back with the story. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, George. Yeah, tomorrow it'll be exactly a year since that horrible crash. And now this morning, the NTSB is not just saying what went wrong, but they're issuing a serious warning about which airport could be next. This morning, our first look at what the NTSB says pilots of both the Black Hawk helicopter and the American Airlines plane saw the night of that tragic collision that killed 67 people. The NTSB releasing cockpit simulations showing what the pilots likely saw. This one, from the perspective of the helicopter, you see the American Airlines flight, but it looks more like a light. By the time it quickly comes into full view, it's too late. And from the plane, you see the Black Hawk circled in the distance, but just seconds later, the impact.
This was preventable. This was 100% preventable.
Investigators say the air traffic controller told the chopper to pass behind the plane, but the chopper crew never heard the command. Controllers had been sounding the alarm about traffic at Reagan National for years, and now this morning, the NTSB warning about a risk at another airport, California's Burbank Airport.
Commercial airlines have called me to say the next midair is going to be at Burbank. And nobody at FAA is paying attention to us.
The FAA saying in a statement that earlier this year, it permanently lowered the nearby Van Nuys airport traffic pattern by 200 feet after a safety analysis found that it reduced conflicts with aircraft landing at Burbank Airport. And the NTSB determined that the probable cause of this accident was systemic failures within the FAA, especially a failure to act on recommendations. The FAA has now made a big change. Helicopters and planes cannot share the same airspace at that airport, guys.
Yeah, hopefully those changes save lives, Gio. Thank you. I'm going to turn now to new details on a surgeon accused of murdering his ex-wife and her husband. Prosecutors now say he was caught on video outside their Ohio home weeks before the killings. Chief investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky joined us with more. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, Michael. Before her ex-husband allegedly murdered Monique Tepe and her new husband, police say he threatened and stalked her.
This morning, new details about the murder of Monique and Spencer Tepe.
State of Ohio versus Michael McKee.
The man charged with killing the couple, her ex-husband Michael McKee, was allegedly caught on surveillance camera lurking outside their Ohio home 3 weeks before the murders. The couple was not there at the time, but attending the Big Ten championship game in Indiana. Court records say McKee, who's a vascular surgeon, stayed in the yard for a few hours on December 6th, a day police said he was not on the schedule at his hospital. On December 30th, police said McKee had left his phone behind and showed up again at the Tepe's house, broke in, and shot the couple while their children were inside. The children, 4 and 1, were unharmed. Spencer Tepe's co-worker called 911 when he failed to show up for work at his dental office.
He is always on time, and this is very out of character.
and we can't get in touch with his wife, which is probably the more concerning thing.
McKee and Tepe married in 2015 and divorced 2 years later. Investigators said friends told them McKee had been abusive and had made numerous threats on her life during and after their marriage. Another friend allegedly telling investigators McKee told Monique that he could kill her at any time and would find her and buy the house right next to her, that she will always be his wife.
The plea of not guilty form has been executed and signed on behalf of my client.
McKee has pleaded not guilty.
And now McKee is being held without bond. He faces a possible life sentence if convicted of these murders. Guys?
Okay, Aaron, our thanks to you. Now with an ABC News investigation into a scam involving so-called ghost students. They steal your identity, apply for college loans and financial aid in your name. Senior national correspondent Steve Osunsami in from Atlanta with this story. Good morning to you, Steve.
Good morning. Good morning. Great to see you all. Some of these are billion-dollar scams where these digital thieves from all around the world are targeting Americans. And what's happening is that everyday people are getting surprised with notices for loans they never took out. This is 58-year-old Murat Mayer of suburban D.C., a business researcher for a nonprofit with a Ph.D. who has no need at all to take classes at this community college in Maryland. But as he and his teenage son discovered last fall when they were applying for college financial aid, someone had beat them to it.
So that's what you saw. All the ads are fake.
Stealing their identities and signing both of them up for classes at community colleges across the country.
You're here talking with us. He wasn't as comfortable.
Great. He was scared.
For nearly 2 years, someone was using their credit to apply for school loans. And his son, who today is a high school senior in Bethesda, Maryland, was already listed as a second-year student at this community college in the middle of Utah.
How awful has this been for both of you?
Very difficult.
He believes the thieves stole their identities after his wife died in a tragic car accident and their health insurance company had one of those massive data leaks.
It's a huge issue. So, when the pandemic, everybody went to online learning. By doing that, it really did open the door. So right now we have about 200 investigations open nationwide.
They call them ghost students, these digital thieves with no shame. Jason Williams, a federal investigator, says they'll often use AI to enroll long lists of people in schools, sign them up for Pell Grants and loans, and then disappear as soon as they get the money.
As you're stealing identities, these loans are not being repaid. They're being assigned to people. They don't even know they have a debt with the U.S. Department of Education.
A college in Maryland shared with us this photo of a would-be student applying to their school, and we've blurred his face because he hasn't been charged with a crime. Here's that same would-be student trying to get into the same school just last week, using a different name and ID. Our owned and operated ABC stations across America are seeing this up close. Our station WPVI in Philadelphia spoke with 2 schools.
We had nearly 500 ghost students that actually were registered in classes.
How many records are in the database right now?
In suburban Atlanta, former NFL linebacker Maurice Simpkins and his wife run a software security company that helps more than 150 schools verify the identities of entering students to make sure they are real people.
What's the worst you've seen? One school we ran through that was about 31% of the data that they presented to us was fraudulent. Wow. Yes, sir. And that was scary.
We asked our experts where these criminals are coming from, and they told us they're seeing digital footprints from Bangladesh, Nigeria, and Russia, just to name a few countries. Authorities are encouraging everyone to go to the credit agencies, download the app if they have it, and keep your credit record locked. They say there's no reason to keep it open unless you know you're about to buy something or apply for a loan.
Say to freeze it.
To freeze it.
Right.
That's the best thing.
Okay. Well, Gio, you have personal experience with this type of scam.
Well, I wish I knew that back then, because it turns out that last year in February, I wake up to my credit score dropping by about 200 points overnight. And I freaked out because I'm like, did I do something wrong? And I look into it, and it turns out that during the pandemic, someone took out a loan and a federal grant under my name. It was thousands of dollars. And so I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I had to get 2 decades worth of documentation to prove that that wasn't me. I had to get over my high school transcript. Do you know how to get that?
Wow.
Over 20 years ago, I had to go ahead and find that high school transcript and get all of that information. It was harder to prove that I wasn't the scammer than it was for the scammer to do.
So were you getting notices that you owed money?
I was not getting any notices at all because they created an account with a fake email address, a fake phone number. Wow. So none of that was coming to me until it was time to pay up.
And Gio and I talked about this. How long did it take you to clear all this up?
11 months. Wow. It just got cleared in December.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's an eye-opener. Thank you both. Thank you both very much.
It's sad you and everybody else had to go through that. All right, thank you for sharing that, Joe. I think that helps a lot. Steve, thank you. Great job.
Clara's already giggling about this. We got some new penguins.
It's just great news. We love this. It's a very special story. 2 penguin chicks have hatched at Mystic Aquarium in Connecticut, the African penguins. Oh. These guys are critically endangered. The aquarium calls this a hopeful milestone. The chicks are settling in well, we understand, behind the scenes, according to the penguin team there. And they may not be alone. According to the aquarium, they're in the middle of nesting season. Oh. Here you can see the penguin nests are set up. Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you, Sam. The staff tells us that when it comes to checking on the progress of each egg, they do candling, which means they hold a special light to one end of the egg. There it is. Oh. Looking for movement within. They say if you get it just right, you can actually see the future hatchling. Yeah, there. Yes. Hi, little baby. You can see them nest. They're like, they're just chilling in their little homes until they're ready to come out. So congratulations to Mystic, and thank you so much. This is a major breakthrough because this is a highly endangered species.
Yeah. I see a road trip in your future to Mystic. You've been there before.
A live shot.
Yes, just up the road from my home, and I'm happy to go anytime.
As always, Lara. Yep. Okay. Coming up, how about a cup of hot chocolate unlike any you've ever had? We're going to see how Miami is heating up the hot cocoa game when we come back.
The hot plate.
Yeah.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. New details in the killing of Alex Pretti. The Department of Homeland Security sends Congress a report on their preliminary review of the body camera footage worn by the federal agents involved in the shooting of the 37-year-old VA nurse. What it does and does not say happened during the fatal encounter, as President Trump tries to shift his tone, saying his team will de-escalate a little bit.
After-school care crisis, with federal funding cuts putting many programs in jeopardy.
Where are they going to be? What's going to happen to them?
Our look at one that's filling the void for parents, as many look for answers to what happens when school's out. But work is not over.
And you know who loves waking up early? Kevin James.
I never said that.
The King of Queens takes Italy in his new movie as he joins us live on GMA. And he's saying,
Good morning, America! Let's go. Yes.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Wednesday. Good morning, America.
And good morning, America. We're fired up for Kevin James, and we're fired up for our series, United States of Hot Chocolate. It's heating up in Miami, and Heather Walker from our ABC affiliate there is going to introduce us to 2 sisters who are putting their delicious spin on the classic drink you do not want to miss.
Okay, also have the latest on the social media addiction lawsuit. Which popular app just settled as a landmark trial getting underway?
First look at the top stories breaking today. We start with the latest on the investigation of the killing of Alex Pretti by federal agents in Minneapolis. The Department of Homeland Security sent Congress a preliminary report on the shooting of the 37-year-old ICU nurse. President Trump is saying he's going to de-escalate the situation in Minneapolis, continuing to pin the blame on Pretti. I want to go back to Matt Rivers on the scene. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, George. A major shift in tone from the administration as officials are now all but admitting that the killing of 37-year-old Alex Pretti was not justified. This morning, new details in the killing of 37-year-old ICU nurse Alex Pretti by federal agents in Minneapolis. ABC News obtaining a report sent from the Department of Homeland Security to Congress notifying lawmakers that a preliminary review of the body camera footage worn by federal agents involved has been conducted. It's the first time the agency has acknowledged critical facts, notably that 2 firearms were discharged during the incident. The report going on to say approximately 5 seconds later, a Border Patrol agent discharged his Glock 19, and a Customs and Border Protection officer also discharged his Glock 47 at Pretti.
Oh my God!
The two federal officers seen here pointing their guns at Pretti. Pretti's firearm, which he had a legal permit to carry, was removed from its holster by an officer before some 10 shots were fired, killing him. At no point in the DHS report does it say Pretti attempted to reach for his weapon, as officials had initially claimed in the hours after the shooting. Now, President Trump saying he wants an honest investigation, but also seeming to continue to blame Alex Pretti for his own death, saying he should not have brought a weapon to that protest. This despite the fact that he had a legal permit to carry that weapon and did not brandish the weapon at officers. Robin?
That was very clear. All right, Matt, thank you. Now to breaking news this morning. Amazon announcing a new round of layoffs, the latest big company to cut its workforce. Our chief business correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis, joins us with those details. Good morning to you, Rebecca.
Good morning to you, Robin. And this is despite a booming business. This morning, Amazon announcing they will be cutting 16,000 jobs. This is the second round of layoffs in just 3 months. The retail giant let 14,000 corporate employees go in October. They sent a message to workers today, and the company says they have been working to strengthen the organization by reducing layers, increasing ownership, and removing bureaucracy with organizational changes that started in October, and they are now complete. Amazon assured employees their plan is not to make broad cuts every few months, but that every team will continue to evaluate and make adjustments as needed, adding that it's never been more important than it is today in a world that is changing faster than ever. Last summer, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy said he expects Amazon's corporate workforce to change because of artificial intelligence. And Amazon isn't alone here. We are seeing a number of different types of companies recently announcing cuts as they focus more heavily on AI. From Pinterest, which just announced it would lay off less than 15% of its workforce and reduce office space, to Facebook and Instagram parent Meta, to Nike and UPS, which plans to reduce its workforce by 30,000 this year. And Michael, I just want to say, if you are a job seeker in this market, we will continue to help you and hold your hand through all of this. We know it's tough out there, Michael.
Yeah, it sure is. AI is changing the world, and not always in the best ways, Rebecca, for most people. Thank you so much for that. We're going to turn now to TikTok, agreeing to settle a landmark lawsuit alleging it intentionally tried to get kids hooked to its platform. The settlement coming just as the trial, which also involves other media giants, is about to begin. Elizabeth Schulze is in Washington for us. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Michael. So TikTok will no longer be part of this first of its kind trial, which is all about if social media companies designed their apps to be addictive for young users. Just hours before jury selection started Tuesday at a Los Angeles County court, TikTok reached a settlement. The details are not public. Snapchat also settled ahead of this trial. So this means that Meta, which owns Instagram, and YouTube will now be the two tech giants facing a jury for the first time. We do expect Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg to take the stand. This case centers on a now 20-year-old woman who claims that the apps used features like auto-scrolling to get her hooked, ultimately leading to anxiety, depression, and body image issues. Meta and YouTube dispute these allegations. YouTube says providing young people with a safer, healthier experience has always been core to our work. Meta says it is confident that the evidence will show our longstanding commitment to supporting young people. This trial is really widely considered a bellwether for other lawsuits against tech companies as young Americans spend more time online. One study found that teens spend an average of 5 hours per day on social media, guys.
Okay, Elizabeth, thanks very much. I know you're going to stick around because coming up on our GMA Morning Menu, Elizabeth is going to tell us about how federal funding cuts are leaving some parents scrambling for after-school care.
Also ahead, from record-setting stop to record-high prices, Harry Styles is gearing up for his new world tour. All the details in Pop News with Lara.
Plus, Tori is back with winter warm-up savings starting at less than $10. Lara and Sam, I know you got a special guest.
And guys, look who it is. Kevin James is here, taking us to Italy.
Yes.
For his new movie. We're going to talk about that.
Is it a romantic comedy?
It is.
Love this.
Yes.
Love this for us.
It's fun for all of us. We all need, this is a romantic lead right here.
It's coming up. Would you sign our wall? Or we're going to send it
100%.
back to you guys.
Let's go.
Stay with us on Good Morning America.
Where do you want me?
Anywhere you want to be.
I'm gonna go ahead.
We're back with our GMA cover story about a crisis facing many American families. Federal funding cuts for the after-school programs are leaving parents without affordable and safe places for their kids to go when the school day ends. Elizabeth Schultz has been tracking this story. Good morning again, Elizabeth.
Hey, good morning again, George. So every day, so many parents are cobbling together after-school care. When school ends at 3 p.m., work isn't over until much later. We got an up-close look at one program that is filling a crucial void, but federal funding cuts are putting it in jeopardy.
Did you get all your homework done today?
Yeah. For Giovanna Sejas and her 11-year-old daughter Nayeli, the Aspire program in Arlington, Virginia is the missing piece to a complicated puzzle facing millions of American families, figuring out after-school care.
When I found out this is a free program, I mean, it's an easy $300, $400, $500 less that I have to worry about, you know, on a month basis.
Which quadrant is P going to be in?
The program provides free after-school care every weekday until 6 p.m. for students from kindergarten through 8th grade.
Normally this classroom would have been full of kids.
Yeah, full of kids laughing, learning. But in 2025, the program was forced to shut down this entire classroom after cuts to federal funding by the Trump administration.
You had to tell 25 kids who had been coming here they didn't have a spot anymore.
Yeah, it was awful. Those federal funding cuts are only making worse an already dire economic picture for after-school care in America.
There is enormous demand for after-school programs, but far too many families don't have access.
In fact, nationwide, Education Department data shows only 42% of K-12 public schools say they're able to provide after-school programs with an academic focus to all the students who want or need them. When the funding cuts were made, the Trump administration said the programs no longer effectuate agency priorities. Giovanna's daughter kept her spot. Her mom gets emotional thinking about families who weren't as fortunate.
And I looked at the community and I saw the same kids that I worried about 2-3 years ago. You know, where are they going to be? What's going to happen to them? It made me think, and I looked around and I was like, I'm very grateful for everybody that's involved in this program.
So the program was able to secure a grant from the county and some private donations to reopen that classroom, at least for the rest of this school year. But the director tells us she really has no idea what the budget will look like after that. She's not expecting the federal funding to come back. Tomorrow, we will highlight efforts at the state level to provide free universal aftercare. Guys.
Such a critical issue for so many families. Thank you, Elizabeth. Michael?
All right, time now for our series, United States of Hot Cocoa. This morning, our tour to find the best hot chocolate is heating up in Miami, and Heather Walker from our ABC affiliate WSVN is there for us. Good morning, Heather.
Good morning, Michael, from sunny Miami. And you know, when you hear Miami, you don't usually think of hot chocolate, right? But it's actually chilly for us here. It is 50 degrees, and that is cold for Miami. So it's actually perfect weather to enjoy some hot cocoa. And I'm at the best spot to get some hot cocoa here in South Florida at Garcia Navette. They have the best hot cocoa, and it's run by this sisters right here that have joined us, Isabel and Susanna.
We want it to feel very welcoming.
For sisters Isabel and Susanna, sweet chocolate is the warmest welcome.
Being Venezuelan, we were lucky enough to grow around some really fantastic confectionery and chocolate.
Based in South Florida, their namesake store, Garcia Navette, melts together their Venezuelan roots and Miami's vibrant culture.
One of our award winners are Tupelo honey and cardamom bonbon. And Tupelo honey we discovered while living here in Miami.
And even in the Florida heat, they're pouring up a hot drink perfect for those cooler days.
People in Miami, it's like below 67, and we're taking out our scarves, we're putting in our, we're putting on our boots, and we're drinking hot chocolate. We have our recipe down. Like a 60% dark chocolate is what we use. And then we also add a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of salt, whole milk, because that's, for me, it's the way to go.
All right, so there you have it there. Now, working with your sister, how has that shaped this, and how has Miami shaped your recipe for hot cocoa?
Well, I love working with my sister. I feel we really complement each other, and that's worked really well for our business. And we love Miami. It's such a cosmopolitan city, and we love bringing some of our Venezuelan heritage and culture to the city.
Well, it is delicious. We know that you guys can stand the heat in Miami, and so let's see if you can stand the heat of the competition. GMA is searching for the best hot cocoa in America. And ladies, I have some news for you. After this show, pack your bags because you are heading to New York City! competition, ladies. If you win, you will win $10,000. Are you guys ready?
Thank you. But in my bag, you better put some hot cocoa.
Yeah, and bring some sunshine.
Well, thank you. They're from Miami. I know we're ready.
Yeah, we are.
We're ready.
I know they've been tempting us with all these delicious hot chocolates. We need them. We must taste them.
I think they've been turned down the air conditioning, put on the air conditioning in here to make us really want this hot chocolate. And now we want Pop Newsletter.
Thank you very much,
It's time for you to shine.
And
Let's
I
go.
deliver for you. So we begin with Mr. Watermelon. Come on now. Harry Styles making headlines for his upcoming Together tour and new music. Last week he dropped his first single, Aperture, which we will play right here. I know, and I'm like a DJ. Just see how I was like, play that. Lily, you made me look so good. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, and this is the first single off his new album with the name that we love, Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally. It's already made its mark on the Spotify and iTunes charts, and this week, the battle for tickets has begun. Harry's set for residencies in 7 cities, and due to high demand, he's already added 4 shows at London's Wembley Stadium, making it 12 nights. That beats Coldplay's all-time record for shows at Wembley in the same year. And Harry's showing his gratitude by donating £1 per ticket to the Live Trust. It's an initiative to protect grassroots music venues in the UK. Well done there, Harry. Ticketmaster is reporting that 11.5 million fans have registered for the pre-sale. This isn't distracting at all, Sam. Calling it the highest volume ever recorded for an artist. Hey, if you guys are lucky enough to score a ticket, Harry says fans, you better bring your dancing shoes. And I can tell you one man who has them packed.
Yeah, right there. I literally bring them.
Yeah, you sure were.
But I'm watching them dance, and you're like, we got to learn those moves. And all I can think of is there's some rehab coming. Get the shoulders repaired or something.
Hey guys, pre-sale has begun. Tickets go on sale Friday. Good luck trying to get them. It's going to be a show. Believe it or not, I am guessing Sam will be there.
Yep.
All right, so it sounds like Baby is definitely out of the corner. You probably have heard Jennifer Grey has confirmed she will be back for the sequel to Dirty Dancing. Yeah, not only as the star, but also as executive producer. The original movie, you may remember, I sure do, came out nearly 40 years ago. It starred Jennifer Grey along with Patrick Swayze, and it became one of the highest grossing films of 1987, earning $170 million worldwide. No word yet on the rest of the casting. Grey says that the role of Baby has held a meaningful place in her heart, and she's long wondered where we might find Baby later and what her life might be like now, and I guess we'll find out. Production on the Dirty Dancing sequel begins later this year. We're all really excited about it. It's just a happy movie.
I think it'll be fun. You run, I'll catch you.
Okay.
Another rehab stand.
All right, guys. Thank you. Hey, finally, I got to roll through this. This morning, as many are thawing out after the big storm, listen to this survival story of a tiny little dog in New Jersey. That's Trixie, the Chihuahua. Trixie was staying with a dog sitter, somehow got out just before the snow started. No. Yeah. The temperature's plummeting, as you all know. A rescue team jumped into action. You can see this drone video of rescuers and neighbors searching for her. Trixie was missing 3 days, lost in the frigid cold, nearly a foot of snow. Thankfully, after surviving in the conditions, though, this 5-inch tall Viking was found and brought to police. She has been checked by a vet, and aside from being scared and hungry, totally fine. Her owner calls it an absolute miracle.
That is a miracle.
Yeah.
Yes.
So congrats to Trixie and the owner. I know.
Thank you.
Baby girl, you got it.
Another day, a bit of cold weather. So many. We have a bright spot. Tori, you got some deals and steals that's going to help everybody here, right?
We do. Okay, starting with Muck Boot, one of the GMA favorites, because snow, sleet, rain, they got you covered, whether you are shoveling snow, building a snowman, or just mucking around, as they like to say. For 25 years, they've been the reliable ones. Comfort, safety, convenience for men, women, and kids. Everything is 50% off plus free shipping.
Very stylish.
We love that.
Warm,
okay,
warm.
feel the softness on Minky Couture. So this was designed to be as soft as a baby blanket, but stylish enough that it's something that you want to display. We've got 4 different sizes. It's a really great, nice, stretchy fabric, but it also happens to be machine washable for convenience. Plus, we've got the most luxurious robe. It's got a really nice microfiber on the inside. And then blankets that coordinate. Just, you want to snuggle up with this. Everything from Minky Couture. 55% off plus free shipping.
That's a big sale.
That is a good one. It is so nice.
Yes.
All right, it's a 10. We love this hair care because it's one product that does a lot of things, no matter which one you buy. And it's all designed to be kind of multi-benefit. So whether it's fighting breakage, improving or protecting your hair from frizz, adding shine, restoring luster, you get a lot of benefits in a single product. Their signature product, this one right here, their Miracle Leave-In. This is the one that's like the ultimate fan favorite, but personal favorite, this little mask. One of the best things you can do for your hair. This one's under $20 and it is a phenomenal product. We've got 4 different collections, original, keratin, scalp, and silk, so you choose based on your hair needs, all 50% off.
Got everybody covered here.
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
Look, this toaster.
All right.
What? What's going on
This
here?
is a smart toaster from Revolution Cooking. You see the smart screen there. Perfect level of toastiness every single time. So you see we have a little a display of it because sometimes you want it really dark, somebody else wants it kind of medium, not too light. But one thing people want is crunchy on the outside and never dried out on the inside. And that's what you get. Then we have the optional press that allows you to make grilled cheeses, paninis, but then you see how typically you get that ooey gooey melty cheese and it winds up all over the place. With this, it stays all right in the press, so it's easy cleanup and it's just ooey gooey deliciousness. Everything from Rev Cooking slashed in half today.
Wow, that's a big
it's a
savings
really
as well.
good one.
Okay.
Okay. So, one of the problems with fresh produce is that we buy a lot, don't eat it, and then we have big waste. This prevents waste on your fresh produce. So, simple investment for a big benefit. These right here, this little blue one, extends the life of produce by up to 3 times longer by sticking it in the refrigerator. We also have these really great bags that are specifically designed to extend the life of produce by having these special hydroliners. So if you're putting in things like mushrooms, this needs to go in dry to absorb the water. But if you're doing things, oh look, Sam knows. If you're using foods like
wet and gross on the inside, that's perfect.
If you're doing foods like lettuce and broccoli, you have to add moisture. So this helps to do that so that you allow your produce to last longer, less waste, more goodness for your family. Everything from Blue Apple is slashed in half.
Because you hate throwing out food.
You hate throwing out food. And the average family of 4, Feeding America says $1,600 worth of fresh produce ditched a year because it goes bad in our refrigerator. Finally, Pure Enrichment. We've got a big variety. We've got you know what? Humidifiers, blankets, you guys can find it all online. These are fabulous and they're 62% off.
All right. Thank you for partnering with these great companies, and you can get them at gmadeals.com. Kevin James is going to be live when we come back. Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City.
We've already had a full conversation with our friend Kevin James, star of King of Queens, out with a new romantic comedy, Solo Mio. Welcome back.
Thank you, guys. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Great premise here, a solo honeymoon.
Yeah, yes. Well, that's what happens. I get left at the altar. It happened to a lot of people, by the way. We interviewed so many people where it really occurred, and it's like it's horrible. But
what are you going to do with those beautiful tickets?
Well, that's it. And I can't get out of the honeymoon, and I paid for it, so I might as well go out on my own, and that's what I do. I go out and experience Italy myself.
But it's a great cast. You filmed in Italy. Yes. Have any highlights?
Yeah. I mean, I gained 30 pounds. Tiramisu was a highlight. It was rough. It was rough that way, but it was a great cast. Kim Coates and Jonathan Rumi and Nicole Grimaudo and Allison Hannigan. We had an amazing cast. Julie Serta. Everybody came together, and it was such a beautiful place to shoot that literally I think it's the best movie I've been a part of it, not because of me, but because of the people, the directors, and they all shot. It's a really beautiful picture.
And you've been in so many films, so that's saying something.
For me it is. For me it is.
Great. Okay, your character, Matt Taylor.
Yeah.
4th grade art teacher.
Yes.
Now, what is this TikTok account? Have you seen this, George? Almost like a million. This is Matt Taylor. It's a TikTok account. Has almost 1 million followers. Is there anything you'd like to share with us?
Did you not know that you have your
I have
character
no
has
idea
a
what you're
TikTok?
talking about.
No, come on now.
Well,
I
you
have
got
no
it.
idea what you're talking about. Who was that?
Did you do any of this?
Of course he's bluffing, guys. Don't fall for that.
That's insane.
Oh, yes, yes. But, you know, some people are commenting that you are the next Bob Ross.
I'm Bob Ross?
Yes.
That's not good. He's dead, right? Wow. I don't want to be the next. I love him, but yeah, he's not with us anymore. That's not good. Oh, my
But he
goodness.
was very talented.
Yes, he was. Beautiful man.
And your
Jeez.
painting skills. Look, you were painting that fast.
I'm a fourth grade art teacher, so I don't know if I'm that good, but I mean, that was, I don't know what
Well,
that
if you
was.
liked that video, tell us how you feel about this one. We have another video.
You do?
Yes.
Let's see
This
him.
is your life.
Wow.
So, oh no, not more painting.
That
There you
one.
go.
Oh.
This one.
Yes,
Singing with
that's
our friend
me.
Jelly Roll.
Do you have memories of this?
Yes, I do have memories of this. I was very nervous. He threw me up in front of, this one's in front of, I think, 70,000 people at Ohio State University. Yeah. So I'm working on doing a movie with him, and I have to perform. It's a drama, and I have to learn how to perform. So he brought me up, and we had the greatest time ever. And
why don't you work on an album with him too?
Why not? Well, I could try because I can't sing, but I can fake it and dance. And by the way, he looks great. You see him now? He dropped like so much weight. He's amazing.
You both look good, and it looked like you were singing out there. I'm sorry, but it did look like you were opening up.
I was opening up a little bit. I got to, I have to let it.
Yeah, you weren't shy.
No, that I'm not. I'm not shy, but I'm not good either. So
you also look really good. I'm sitting right next to you because I think King of Queens was it 28 years?
It's like I think it was 90.
Are you kidding
98,
me?
I thought 97. One of them. I think
How
it was
can that be that long ago?
It blows my mind. It really is. It was such a great experience. The amazing Jerry Stiller. Oh, I love him. Miss him so much. And Leah Remini. Incredible. Just the best.
Yeah, that was just lightning in a bottle, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I'm not even kidding. I feel like we have that in this movie. I haven't felt chemistry like that until this movie. I really. It's an amazing feeling, and you don't get it very often. But when you do, you got something special.
Sure.
You just kind of feel it.
And you would know.
Yeah, the opportunity to go to Italy too.
That was great.
For how long were you there?
We were there for like 6 weeks.
That's a dream.
In Rome and Tuscany.
Ooh, Tuscany.
Yes. It's just food. That's all I see is food. Like it was so tough, and they say because there's no chemicals in it, you're not going to. I defied the odds, and I was like, I'm going up, man. You can't bring me down. Doesn't matter. Chemicals. Turns out chemicals wasn't the problem. It's okay. It can be.
Well, we cannot wait to see the movie. Solo Mio is in theaters next Friday, February 6th.
So wellness travel is hot. And we're back with some of the best wellness destinations in the world. National Geographic releasing its list with the top spots across the globe and some close to home. National Geographic's newest list, the best of the world wellness experiences in 2026. 14 destinations for travelers looking to unplug, unwind, or just recharge.
We're all looking for ways to connect better with our bodies, with our minds, and promote an overall sense of well-being.
There's everything from biohacking in the Maldives to exploring the wilds of Tanzania. But closer to home, there's Tucson's Canyon Ranch.
They've got all kinds of programs, the usual things that you might expect, but they also have all kinds of special programs using things like sound or even interacting with horses.
The other pick that doesn't require a passport?
One of my favorite is a place called Taliesin. It's in my home state of Wisconsin. And Taliesin is architect Frank Lloyd Wright's one of his more famous homes. It's fresh off of a multi-million-dollar restoration. And they're now holding weekend workshops there.
For wellness enthusiasts looking for adventures further afield,
Namibia, one of my favorite places, of course, an exotic destination in southwestern Africa, one of the most spectacularly beautiful parts of the world, and one of the world's best places for stargazing. I've done it myself and can say it is, can really be both life-affirming and life-changing.
Another global destination, the Ana Maya Resort in Costa Rica, is where the jungle meets the sea.
Costa Rica is not a surprising place to think about wellness. It's one of the world's blue zones, these places where people tend to live longer and healthier lives. All kinds of therapies you can do there. Saunas, cold plunges, red light therapy, oxygen therapy, sound healing, breath work, you name it.
Yeah.
I feel better already.
Yes.
To see the entire list of wellness destinations, go to natgeo.com.
I am so excited to be here with Derrick Rose, the Chicago Bulls legend, whose jersey has just been retired in a very emotional ceremony. Good morning, and give it up for Derrick Rose, everybody. Yes.
Love. Thanks, Mike.
So let's take, we got a little the jersey back there, but let's take a
appreciate that.
look at your #1 banner as it's being raised and revealed at the rafters of the United Center alongside some Bull legends, some of the greatest players that ever played a game. What was that like? What was that moment like for you to have your jersey, your name up there in those rafters forever in a city that you grew up in?
It's unreal with me understanding and being a student of the game. I understand all the great teams that came before me, like the old Bulls, the old great players, Scottie Pipp, Rodman, all the other players, Jerry Sloan, the Bob Loves, all the OGs that played. So I was very fortunate to step into a great franchise, great history, and like you said, a hometown. So the expectations, the love, and all that, I was ready right from the jump.
And there were so many tributes from former teammates, from and also one from someone you watched growing up.
Yes, sir.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
I never thought MJ would do something like that, but I've been knowing MJ ever since I was in high school. His kids, we all grew up together. So the relationship goes back to high school, and I never thought that he'd do a video. So MJ, shout out to you, the family. I appreciate you, OG.
Yeah, we're going to let everybody take a little listen to this video. Let's check it out for a second.
Derrick, congratulations on your retirement of your jersey. Very happy for you. You had an unbelievable career. You really represented the city of Chicago, the Chicago Bulls, your family, and yourself very, very well. So I'm very proud of you and very happy for your special night. Looking forward to coming to United Center and seeing your jersey hanging up there with my jersey.
Yeah, that's something you keep on your phone. So when people say, "Hey, just look at this,"
that's archive. That's archive.
Yeah, that's archive of MJ.
That's archive.
But one thing I love, your jersey different from all the other jerseys that are hanging in the rafters, because your mom had a little influence. She did something special.
Yeah.
Put roses in the number.
I mean, that process came from my team. They wanted to surprise me, along with the lady that made the sign or the jersey. Like they did a great job with making sure that I was surprised by it. They did a great job of making sure that everybody was involved, and that's a shout out to my team with making sure everybody felt like they was a part of the journey, in which they were.
And the thing is, I mean, so much support from your family, so much support from your friends, from your teammates, but also your fans, man. They came out in Chicago, which was freezing, to show their love for you. So what do you want to say to all those fans who watched you over your career?
Oh, yeah, to all my fans over the years, thank you. I appreciate it. To all my fans globally, my fans in China, Ni Hao, Ni Mei Hao, thank you for everything. Thank you for the support over the years, for being obsessed, for the journey, the ups and downs, the ugly. And thank you for the book now.
Yeah, the book. And speaking of the book, you got 3 kids, PJ, Layla, and London. They got emotional.
Oh, yeah.
as well. So tell us about sharing that moment there with your kids.
I mean, that's a dad's, like a dream come true for your kids to be there. And for me, having PJ, my oldest, 13, Layla, she's 7, and London, he's 6, just having them around is everything. That's why I retired, Mike.
Yeah.
I mean, you just want to give them everything. I made a gambit move, a chess move, to be able to put myself in position to be where I'm at right now, where I'm giving them my undivided. And with me doing that, I see that I'm creating a synergy for my family, and I'm building an infrastructure so that later on down the line, my family, they could have a fortress or something, a safe haven to land on if they ever get in trouble.
Building a legacy, man. And tell me about the book. And I love the name, The Pooh Print.
Yes, sir. So once again, shout out to my team, Lena, Maddie, Rand, Art. The idea came from, I'm a collector, me and my wife are collectors, Asselin collectors, and I'm into books. So when I did think about creating a book, it was like, man, we got to go to the best book maker in the world. And I feel like Asselin is the best bookmaker in the world. I feel like they help ideate with you. I feel like you're able to come up or be creative as much as you can whenever you are with them. And the blueprint came from whenever you think about a blueprint, like Jay-Z, you're creating your own concept or your own reality. And for the kid that is quiet, that is an introvert or ambivert, I feel like I had to create my own way for that kid that don't want any shine, that don't want to be idolized, that don't want the fame. I felt like I had to create a lane for them. So for the kids that do, or the people that do purchase the book, you are seeing me from ever since I was younger, poor, being in impoverished areas, to you see me grown, mature, and with my kids now as a man that's masterful, that's able to adapt, and somebody that's trying to be noble.
A legend, the youngest player in NBA history to win the MVP. And Derrick, it's great to be here with you, man. Congratulations on that. We really appreciate you showing up. And you know what? Congratulations on your new book as well. Derrick Rose, The Blueprint, which has so much about his career in his life, and includes a letter from your son, PJ.
Yeah,
that's
everybody.
right.
Yes, sir.
So thank you for being here, man. Really appreciate you. And coming up, Good Housekeeping, Stephanie Sassos joins us with this year's biggest nutrition trends when we come back with more GMA.
Back now with health and wellness inspiration. We're looking at some of the biggest trends in nutrition products this year. Registered dietitian and our good friend from Good Housekeeping, Nutrition Director Stephanie Sassos joins us with some shoppable items. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Okay, it used to be almonds all the rage. There's a new nut in town.
Yes,
pistachios.
Once a humble nut.
Yes.
Pistachios are really trending,
Yeah.
and they're going past Dubai chocolate. We're really seeing them highlighted in some different forms. So here we have from Tash. This is a pistachio milk latte, pre-made. You can also get their pistachio milk by itself, but I like this because it has no fillers, no oils, nothing like that. So it's a more nutritious choice.
Right.
And then we have pistachio nut butter. So this one is organic. Yep. Wilderness Poets. You can use this as you would any nut butter, toast, things like that. And did you know pistachios are a complete source of protein? That means they have all 9 essential amino acids. So the quality there's like almost like a piece of chicken. That's how high quality the protein source is. Yeah, it's really, really good for you.
Really packs a protein
That's
punch.
right, yes.
Fermentation is all the rage right now. So what products do you have here?
Yeah, so huge focus on gut health right now, right?
Yep.
We know the importance, gut, mind, body connection, and fermentation is kind of going outside the usuals. So we're seeing things like this, these dry fermented olives from Costa Rica. So these are from the hillsides of southern Greece.
Wow.
They're cured for over a year, and they don't have any like brine. They're not messy to eat. They're absolutely delicious, so healthy for you. And then Wild Brine makes this incredible sauerkraut with beets and red cabbage. It's the year of the cabbage. That's what everyone's saying. And pears too. So a little bit of sweetness to cut that tanginess too.
Okay, you talk about sweetness. Sweet meat, spicy.
Yes.
Now Sam and Michael have already rated our chocolate over here.
And they loved it.
Yeah.
Swicy. That's what they're calling it now.
Swicy?
Swicy, yes. So
you guys are swicy.
You guys are swicy. That amazing flavor loop. So we're seeing it in things like this incredible chocolate from Raka. So it's this dark chocolate from this amazing New York chocolatier, and they top it with the Momofuku chili crunch. Irresistible combination, but also in things like hot honey marinara sauce.
That's a great
Pizza,
idea. Yes.
bolognese.
Stephanie.
You can dip some chicken in it. Unbelievable. So divine.
That sounds very good. We talked about this yesterday on the show, fiber maxing.
I saw with Dr.
Fiber
Narula.
maxing,
Yes. So, huge craze, and as a dietitian, I'm all for this. We do need more fiber, right?
Okay.
But we do want to make sure we're incorporating it slowly, prioritizing whole foods. Also, biggest tip is drink enough water with it. Helps it expand in your stomach, keep you full.
Good tip.
And these are some fortified fiber foods that can help. I love these bars from Flora. This is the founder of Jenny's Ice Cream. She made these, so you know that they're going to taste good. They have lavender, some have rose, and then these are from Kindling. These are not only high in fiber, but also in protein. Pretzels. So a great swap. You know, it's going to keep you fuller, longer, so nutritious.
I love these trends.
Yes.
Okay, liquid gold. Liquid gold.
Liquid gold.
But olive oil can be used in so many different ways now.
And it's really trending. I love it. There's so many ancient foods that are coming back, right?
Right.
As a Greek American dietitian, this makes my heart so happy. And we're really seeing the health benefits of olive oil played up. So we're seeing these fun olive oil shots from Costa Rica. You could take it every morning.
What do you mean,
all
olive
of
oil
these health
shot?
benefits. Yep, you can drink it every single morning. It's fantastic.
Okay.
And then
I'll
we're
take your word
seeing
for it.
like gorgeous display-worthy bottles, infused olive oils, so many varieties. So Brightland makes amazing infused oils with these beautiful herbs and spices. prices. We're even seeing olive oil in packaged goods like potato chips, the
That's
Khloe
true.
Kardashian popcorn's made with olive oil. So much, and this is a trend I can really get behind.
Okay, it's lovely to see you again. How are your little ones?
Oh, they're so good, and they're getting so big. Crazy.
Oh,
thank you.
Wonderful, Stephanie. Okay, all of these products are shoppable on our website, goodmorningamerica.com. Thank you at Good Housekeeping. You've been great friends to us.
You're the
Appreciate
best. Thank
that.
you so much.
No one's paying attention here. We're having a good time. Have a great day, everyone.
Yeah.